Tonight. I see lots of faces I don't know. For those of you I haven't met, my name's Josh Boyd. I'm the director of bands here at Newnan High School, along with my compadre, Lainey Bledsoe Clanton. And also to the students that you see up here are the byproduct of Newnan High School, but also our great middle schools. And you got to see Ms. Kira Sink conduct Emperita Roca, who's the band director at Evans Middle School, and also I believe in the audience is another one of our fine middle school directors, Ms. Mary Catherine Newton from Smoky Road Middle School. So if you would join me in giving a round of applause to those people who really put in such a tremendous amount of work. There are way too many people to thank, but I do want to thank a few because I'm just honored and grateful to have this wonderful opportunity. I'm notorious for pronouncing names wrong, so I'm not cheating by reading this. I tried to write enunciations, so there you have it. I do want to thank Miss Amy Reed and Amelia Young, the folks here and the whole staff at the Rialto Center for the Arts and Georgia State University have just been absolutely amazing. Jolene Wong, who you got an opportunity earlier to see conduct a very fine Georgia State University band, in addition to doing all that she did with that, has pretty much chauffeured us around all day. And as our Newnan parents know, I can't keep up with myself. So I got to feel like what do they call it? The football coach that had the person that cued them where to go. I don't know what you, anyways, I got to feel like that person for a day, which was absolutely fantastic. You've seen several of the directors here, but Dr. Adam Dalton, Dr. Chester Phillips, who I believe his title is the director of music or director of the music program here, is actually a Newnan graduate, which is pretty cool. But to get down to it too, the last conductor and the conductor of the ensemble before us, Dr. Robert Ambrose, what an amazing conductor, someone that I aspire to be like, and has come and worked so much with our students. I'll say this really quickly and we'll get to the very last piece because you didn't come to hear me talk. The second piece of music we played was called Spiro Spiro, which means while I breathe, I hope. I'm reminded of my proudest moment, and will be to the day I retire, the students on stage. It was right after the tornado hit, and you heard someone mention that, but I will tell you the story of our families here, and the story of the students on stage, and the story of Georgia State University, who's been with us along the way, is not the tornado, it's what happened after the tornado. It's the students that got together and cleaned houses and did all the things, and every time I hear that piece of music, when I'm conducting, I think about these students, and I think about so many parents that were there with us, and I think about Dr. Ambrose and one of the first calls he made, which was just, how are you? There's hope. It's just fine. And then, like it was mentioned earlier, we rehearse every day in a band box, but there's just so much love and a tapestry of hope and of peace. And so for those of you in the audience that I see that are Georgia State University students that played an hour-long concert and stayed to hear us play, thank you. And then students, if you would join me, will you give them a round of applause for all they did today? The last piece of music we're going to play is a piece by a gentleman named Kataj Copley, who is actually from Carrollton. Carrollton is just on the other side of Newnan. We kind of share a wall, if you will. But the piece was written right around what was written in thinking about the COVID pandemic and how we were all separated and how we came back together. Throughout the piece of music, you're going to hear different genres of music, different colors, different sounds. In my mind, I hear blue, I hear shades of blue, I hear yellow, I hear pink, I hear fuchsia. And what's interesting to me is music, like culture, has a way of bringing all of us together. And I will simply say this, if the world could be like these students on stage, both the band before this one and this band, if the world could be like this, where all of us could come together and realize that with all of our differences and all of the things that make us unique, that we could form a tapestry of hope and peace and love. I think all of us agree that the world would be a better place. And I will tell you, it's been my honor to be with your students tonight. And while I breathe, I have hope. And when I look to this generation of students, I see a future that makes me hopeful. Parents, you got it right. Thanks for all you do. And I look forward to sharing this last piece of music with you.